Hello and welcome everybody to today's 45-minute hatha style class. It's a bit of a fusion obviously between Pilates and yoga, which seems to be what I most love to teach. In today's class we're going to focus a little bit more on longer holds in a position rather than kind of flowing from one pose to the next. We're going to take a little bit of time to warm up, of course, as well. We're going to use a little bit of a moon salutation, at least how I learned one style of moon salutation through Authentic Movements Education, who I did my yoga teacher training with. But all that said, today all you're going to need are a set of blocks and your mat. If you don't have blocks at home, it's totally fine. If you just struggle to get your hands to the ground, grab yourself maybe a set of books or upside down pot that you maybe cook with. Just something to bring the floor up towards your hands can make life a whole bunch easier and can actually get you to feel into a position in a way that might enlighten you and enlighten your body. Today's flow, we're going to take a bit of time to focus on balance, trying to get into a side plank as our peak pose for the morning or for the day. But enough talk, let's get straight into it. We're going to start our class today in a seated position of your choice. If you can sit cross-legged and it's not going to give you hip and lower back pain, that's awesome. If you struggle, please sit on an elevation. So you can always take your bolster and perch just the back of the booty onto the bolster, and it's just going to make your sitting experience a whole lot less uncomfortable. So once you've managed to find a comfortable seat, we're going to take our hands onto our knees, resting our elbows down, lengthening through the back of the neck. And if it feels comfortable to do so, we're just going to close down the eyes. As we close the eyes, we take this opportunity to focus the mind to the physical sensations that we feel. This is a way to help us get out of the thinking mind and into the mind that allows us to experience a little bit more of the present moment. To start to notice and feel the parts of your body that are touching the solid ground beneath you. Notice your hands, the palms of the hands touching the knees and the thighs. Perhaps you can elongate through the spine just a little bit more and relax the elbows and the shoulders down. Crown of the head reaches up. Shoulder blades melt back and down. And without changing your breath, see if you can bring your awareness to your natural breath. Again, just to allow the mind to focus on something. Notice the breath as it travels into your body. Are you breathing through your mouth or through your nose? And is it your chest or your belly that's rising as you take that in-breath? Can you start to encourage nasal inhale, inhaling in through the nose and exhaling out through the mouth? Take another deep breath in through the nose, and on the exhale, sigh it out like a sigh of relief. Allow yourself an audible exhale out. Again, inhaling in through the nose and exhaling out through the mouth. Let's take two more physiological sighs. That's what this breath is called. Inhaling in through the nose. Sighing out through the mouth. And last time, inhaling through the nose. Big sigh of release. Slowly, we're going to venture out of the seated position onto all fours, so removing the support from beneath your bum and coming onto the hands and the knees. Just taking a moment here to paw the ground with the fingertips, so allowing the fingertips to turn out to the side, back towards your knees, out to the side again, forward and all the way around. Just warming up through those wrists. Try to take your weight into that shoulder, into that hand. And as you turn the palms and turn the fingers, can you grip the mat with the fingertips just to wake up the flexors of the hands? Really does provide a lot of wrist support, especially if you get sore wrists. Activate the fingers so you feel, you can see the whites of the fingertips as you claw the earth. Well done. From here, we're just going to take it into stillness on all fours, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're going to reach our right leg long back in space, bend into the knee, flex into the foot, and just lift the rib cage away from the floor. We're going to circle that right knee forward, out, up, and back. Big circles through the hip joints actually. Imagine that right knee was a magic marker and you want to draw the biggest circle on the canvas to your right hand side. Pressing the left shin firmly through the floor, lengthening through the crown of the head for 2 more in this direction. Last time, and then we reverse that circle, so we take the foot up, out, around, and down. Notice a little bit of a vibration happening through the body, but see if you can start to lengthen the inhale and the exhale. Inhaling in through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth. One more here. And then we reach that right leg back in space, lengthen through the crown of the head and reach left arm forward. Straight into quite a strong warm up here. We're going to inhale to bring the hand to the knee to the hand. Try not to cat or cow through the spine. Exhale to reach long in opposition. Inhale to bring it in. Exhaling to reach. Inhale to bring it in. Exhale to reach. And last time. Inhale to bring it in. Exhale to reach. Hold. Lengthen. Find a little bit more length rather than height. Lift the ribs away from the floor. Length through the back of the neck. Pushing that left shin through the floor. Reach to the fingertips for 3, 2, 1. Lower the knee, lower the hand. Take a little child's pose here. Big toes to touch. Bum back to the heels. And sink the chest down between those shoulders. Allowing your forehead to rest on the ground as well. Filling the lungs with breath. Filling the lower back with breath. And then we move forward, back onto all fours, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Of course, you can come to the wrists if your wrists are feeling a little tired here. We send the left leg back in space, hug the ribs up, length through the crown of the head, just watch the chin position, keep it tucked back towards the throat. We bend the knee, and we're going to start our circles up, out, towards the elbow, and down. You can almost visualize the ball and socket joints of the hip, circling, a little bit of lower back movement that's impossible to eliminate. And we breathe. Last time in this direction. And reverse that breath. If it's in your practice, you can start to initiate some ujjayi breathing. That's a closed mouth, nasal exhale. So we inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. The mouth closed and the back of the throat slightly restricted. You should be able to hear it. Last time in this reverse direction. And then reach that left leg back in space. Lift the ribs up, lift out of that left shoulder. Right arm reaches forward. Inhale, bring the hand to the knee to the hand. Exhale, reach and stretch away. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale to reach. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, reach. Last two. Exhale, reach. Last time. Exhale, reach. And place the hand down, place the knee down. Take a little child's pose there again. Big toes to touch. And melt the chest down. Staying in your child's pose, we're going to move both hands over to the left side of the mat, walking the hands to the left, and then melt the chest down again. Inhale, filling the right side of the rib cage with breath. Exhale, keeping that mouth closed if you're practicing your Ujjayi Pranayama. And as you take that breath out, getting rid of all of the stale air from the system. Last breath here. And we walk both hands over to the other side. Melt the chest down, really reach through the fingertips, find that stretch, push the floor away. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. 2 more breaths. Last breath here. Slowly walk those hands back to center, coming back onto all fours. We're going to tuck our toes under and send the hips up and back to downward facing dog. Relaxing the head down, pressing your chest towards your thighs. Add in some organic movement here. Perhaps you like to walk the dog, bending one knee, pushing the opposite heel down. And then slowly walk your feet towards your hands, hanging in a forward fold at the top of your mat. Just taking a moment to check in here with how you feel. Allowing the weight of the arms to hang heavy. Try to feel equal weight through the feet. Bring your hands to your shins or to blocks, and we inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, restacking the spine all the way up. Circle the arms wide out and around. Bring the palms to touch and hands down to heart center. Finding your Anjali Mudra. And then release the hands down alongside the body. Soften the knees, firm the glutes, lengthen through the crown of the head to mountain pose. Pushing the feet through the floor. Lifting the low belly in and up. From here, inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, cactus through the arms, lifting the chest, little bend through the knees, squeeze the bum. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, planting the hands down to the mat or to the blocks. Pick up right foot, step it to the back of the mat, lower that back knee down. Inhale, sweep the arms up to Anjaneyasana. Exhale, plant the hands down, framing the front foot, tuck the back toes under, step back to plank pose. Inhale to shift the weight forward in your plank. Exhale, lower the knees down, the chest and the chin, sliding the belly forward onto the mat. Lifting into little baby cobra here, lifting the hands away from the mat. Squeeze the bum, press your pubic bone into the floor, press the tops of the feet into the mat. Hands to the lower ribs, lifting up, past the knees to downward facing dog. Inhaling up to rise. On your next inhale, left leg rises to the sky, high on the tippy toes of right foot. Exhale, step left foot forward, lower back knee. Inhale to Anjaneyasana, arms rise. Exhale, plant the hands down, Tuck toes of back foot under, step forward to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, restacking the spine, circle the arms wide out and around and up, palms to touch, and exhale, hands down to heart center. Softening the hands down, soften the knees, tuck the tailbone, mountain pose. Taking it to the other side, inhale to reach the arms up to the sky. Cactus the arms, lift the chest, firm the glutes, soften the knees, lift the heart. Inhale, reach arms up. Find space through the sides of the body. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale to halfway lift, spine and gaze long. Exhaling to plant the hands down, step the left foot back in space, lower the back knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, arms rise. Exhale, planting the hands down, tuck toes of back foot under, high plank pose. Inhale to shift the weight forward. Exhale, lower the knees, chest, chin. Inhale to slide forward, lifting the heart, lifting the hands, pressing pubic bone down. Exhale, tuck the toes and press yourself up and back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises to the sky, lifting high to the tippy toes of left foot. Exhale, step it forward between the hands, lower the back knee. Inhale to Anjaneyasana, lifting the hands up high. Exhale, planting hands down, tuck toes of back foot, step forward to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. And inhale, restacking the spine. Circle sweep the arms wide out and around and up. And exhale to mountain pose. Taking a few moments just to feel into your strong and sturdy mountain. Palms facing forward, length through the back of the neck, engaging the thighs, engaging the glutes, pushing the feet through the floor. Strong and sturdy. From here, we're going to inhale to reach the arms up to the sky. Keep those arms reaching up nice and high. Pick up your right foot, and we're going to step it to the back of the mat to arrowhead lunge. So like the name says, from the heel of that back foot to the fingertips, out through the crown of the head, you're in a straight line through the spine. You can sweep the arms back in space, interlock those fingers, and reach back. We hold here for 3 more breaths. Firm through that right glute, length through the back of the neck, squeeze shoulder blades back and down, tuck tailbone under, bend front knee. One more big deep breath here. From this pose, we reach the hands to blocks or to the ground. So supporting ourselves with the floor. We're going to take our weight into the front foot, lift the back foot up into supported warrior 3. I want to make sure I'm not opening up my hips, so my right hip is pointing down. Right foot is flexed, leg through the crown of the head. Soften into the left knee, and perhaps you can find your balance here for 3 more breaths. Lowering the hands down. If they were lifted, lower the back foot down. Planting the hands to the mat. Lean lower into the back knee. We're going to sweep our front foot, our left foot back in space. And kickstand right shin out to the right. You might turn your back to me here and open left arm up to the sky for supported side plank. Hold this position. Length through the crown, engage the belly. Left foot is flexed. Lift out of your supporting hand. Inhale. Exhale. Perhaps you'd like to try to bind here, bending into the left knee, reaching left hand back, flexing into that left foot, kicking the foot into the hand. 2 more breaths. Great job. From here, releasing that bind. Square off to the front of your mat and lower down all the way to your tummy. From here, your right hand underneath your forehead, bend into your left knee and reach back to grab that left foot. Squeeze your bum, press your pubic bone into the floor, and we stretch into that left quad. Try to connect your pubic bone to the ground and regulate your breathing here. One more breath on this side. Releasing that left foot, hands to the lower ribs. Roll shoulder blades back and down. Lift the chest, lift the hands into baby cobra, engaging through the spine. Or through the back muscles, I should say. Hands to low ribs, pressing yourself up and back to downward facing dog. And then slowly walk to the top of the mat, hanging in a forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. And inhale, restack all the way up. Circling the arms wide, palms touch, hands down to heart center. And find a mountain pose. Coming into the other side, we take our weight into that left foot, picking the right leg up in space. Slowly hinge forward, step that right, woo, other side. Other side. From here, softening into the knees, take your weight into your right foot, pick up that left foot, finding your balance. Step the left foot back in space. Arrowhead lunge here, reaching the arms long alongside the ears, tucking the tailbone under, creating space between the belly and the front thigh. Sweep the arms back in space, interlock the fingers, squeeze shoulder blades back and down, reach crown of head forward and up. Reach left heel back, bend right knee. Inhaling in through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth or the nose. Inhale, reach the hands forward to blocks or to the ground. Exhale, lifting back knee up into supported warrior 3. Find length through the spine, lowering left hip down, bend into right knee. Maybe finding balance with those hands for the last 3 breaths. Engaging into the back foot like you're pushing a wall away from you. Planting the hands down. From here, we're going to lower the back foot to the floor, lowering the back knee down. Untucking the toes. Sweep your right leg back in space. From here, left shin kickstands out to the left, right arm reaches up to supported side plank on your left hand side. Pick up that right leg a little bit higher. Perhaps you can bend into that right knee, reach right hand back and bind. Kicking the foot into the hand to create more openness in the shoulder. 2 more breaths here in this place. And then release the foot, release the hand, and come all the way down onto your belly. This time, left hand is underneath your forehead, bend into right knee, reach right hand back, grab the foot, pulling the foot towards your bum. Pubic bone pushes down into the floor. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Left foot is still engaged, left leg is still engaging to push down into the ground. There's still length through the back of your neck. One more big deep breath here. And then release into that right foot, hands to the low ribs, lifting into baby cobra. Hands lift away from the floor, press pubic bone down, engaging into the back muscles again. One more inhale to find length and space for the spine. Exhale, planting the hands down, up and back to downward facing dog. Just make sure that you're not holding your breath. Take a moment here in your downward facing dog to inhale through the nose and sigh out on your exhalation. Letting go of heat, stress, tension. And on your next inhale, start to walk your feet forward towards your hands and hang in a forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise all the way up, circling the arms out and around and up. Palms touch, hands to heart center, and then release those hands down. Softening through the knees here again. We're going to take our weight into our left foot, pick up that right foot, and step it back to your arrowhead lunge. Arms reaching alongside the ears, this time staying with the arms alongside the ears. Engage into the back leg, bend into the front knee a little deeper. Draw the belly in, try to think pubic bone wants to reach to the top of my mat. Find a little bit more length on your next inhale. Nice. On your exhale, planting the hands down to the ground or to blocks, finding supported warrior 3. Keeping the right hip down, lifting the belly away from that left hip, bend into the left knee, maybe the hands creep away from the ground. Draw the shoulder blades back and down, engage into the right foot. Find a bit more length from heel to crown. Inhale. Exhale, finding a nice spot to focus on. From here, planting the hands down, step the right foot back. This time, option to keep that back knee lifted. Step back to plank pose, holding your full plank. If it's available to you, your heels pivot to the left and right arm lifts up into side plank on your left hand side. Firming through the glutes, squeeze your inner thighs together and see if you can pick up your right foot. If it's available to you, bending into that right knee, reaching back to grab the right foot with the right hand. Balance, focus. 3, 2, 1. Option to flip back to wild thing. And then slowly control yourself back into your plank pose. Lowering to the belly. Well done. From here, option to take a more of a restful pose, just like we did the last time. Bending into the left knee, grabbing a hold of left foot with the left hand and taking a passive stretch. Or you can come into half bow pose if you want something more active. Keep holding onto that foot with the hand. Kick your foot into the hand. Lifting the chest. I'm using my right hand to push the floor forward and away. Find length through the spine and find your back muscles. Try to engage them. If you'd like to try to lift right hand away from the floor, go for it. Keeping right foot on the ground. Holding for 2 more breaths. And releasing back down. Take a moment just to shimmy the hips from side to side. And notice the breath and the heart rate in your body. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Sigh out on your exhale, releasing any stress, heat, tension. Taking the hands to the low ribs, tucking toes under, inhaling to come up and back into your downward facing dog. Inhale to look forward, walking, stepping, hopping to the top of the mat, and exhaling into a forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Inhale, re-stacking the spine, circling the arms wide out and around and up, palms to touch, and hands down to heart center, releasing the hands down. Well done. Taking the weight into your right foot now, soften into the right knee, lift the left foot up, and then step the left foot back in space, big generous step, arrowhead lunge, reaching the arms long alongside the ears, reaching out through the left heel, reaching long through the crown of the head, drawing the belly away from that front thigh. Push the front foot through the floor, the heel, bend into that right knee. Inhale to find a little bit more length, reach up through the fingertips, lift the shoulder blades, reach back through the heel. Exhaling out through the mouth or through the nose. Nice. On your next exhale, lowering the hands down to frame the front foot. Weight goes into that front knee, front leg, lifting back, heel up. Supported warrior 3. Just make sure that you're not lifting left hip, lower left hip down in space. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Soften into that right knee. Lift the belly away from the floor, maybe lifting the hands to find your balance. 2 more breaths here, engaging through the left glute, engaging through the left foot, dragging shoulder blades back and down. Exhale, planting the hands down, step that back foot back. Now, option to keep the back knee lifted. Step back to plank pose. If it's possible, pivot both heels to your right hand side now, lifting your left arm up. And of course, you can lower this bottom knee now down for supported side plank at any point in time. Otherwise, holding your side plank, picking that top leg up. You can do this with that bottom knee lowered as well. Of course, we did that in the first variation. Focus. Option to step back into wild thing or supported wild thing with the knee down. Deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, pivoting back to your plank pose. Lowering to the belly. Well done. It's just like on the other side here, option to take a bit more of a restful stretch. Bending into right knee, reaching right hand back. Press your pubic bone into the ground. Lengthen through the back of the neck. If you want to turn this into more of an active pose, keep flexing through that right foot. Length through the crown of the head. Kick your foot into your hand. So that kicking action of the right leg is going to help you lift your chest, but you've got to actively use the back muscles as well. Left arm pushes the floor forward and away. Left shoulder blade draws back and down. Try and keep the neck free of tension. So you're lifting out of the shoulder blades. Keep kicking the foot into the hand. Keep lengthening through the spine. Keep lifting through the upper back. Keep pressing left foot through the floor. And then maybe left arm lifts, holding 2 more breaths. Inhale again. And exhale. Release it down. Well done. Planting the hands to the lower ribs. Roll shoulder blades back and down. Up and back into downward facing dog we go. Last 3 breaths in your downward facing dog. Find stillness in your downward facing dog. To take a deep breath in through the nose, and on your exhale, sigh out through the mouth. And then softly lower the knees to the mat. And we're going to take our Selves into a seated position from here, bringing your bum closer towards the top of your mat, your feet flat on the ground. Grabbing a hold of the back of your thighs, using that grip to find length through the spine. We're going to take a few roll downs and roll ups as part of our cool down. So we release the grip of the thighs, we'll keep the length in the spine, inhale. On your exhalation, we're going to roll the pelvis backwards, so my pubic bone wants to reach towards my chin. I want to find all 5 lower back vertebrae on the mat, then the middle back, then the upper back. Inhale to reach the arms back in space. Exhale, feel the front of the rib cage compress towards the pelvis as you roll up. Inhale to find length through the spine. Exhale, pull the belly in towards the spine, lowering down with control. Inhale to reach it back. On the exhale, we're going to lift up this time, hold it at the top. I'm going to pick up my right leg and twist towards my right. As you take your twist, just make sure that you've got both butt cheeks on the ground, equally weighted, and then slowly unravel, come back down, squaring off. Coming up the other side of the twist to the left now, coming up, lift left leg, twist to the left, equal weight into the bum, and then inhale to slowly come back down. Exhaling to rise, twisting to the right, equal weight into the sitting bones, inhale to lower. Exhale to rise, twisting to the left. Make sure you've got weight in the left butt cheek. Now try last 2. See if you can manage straight legs this time. So we straighten out our legs on the floor, roll up, lift that right leg straight up. Maybe you can grab left hand to right foot or calf somewhere. Hold on, twist, and release that grip if you're holding the foot. See if you can actively hold it. And then slowly release. The last 3 like that. Inhale, exhale, roll it up. Straight left leg lift, grab the calf or something. Soften those elbows, length through the back of the neck, equal weight into the sitting bones. And then release your grip, hold. Find length, inhale. Exhale, lower down. Last time each side. We'll try not to hold the foot this time. Exhaling to lift straight leg up, twisting equal weight through the sitting bones. Inhale to lower. Last time, exhaling to lift, twist. Try not to hold, just active holding here or active lift. We're not gripping the foot. And then slowly come all the way down. Well done. Staying on your back now. I'm going to bend the knees. Place the feet flat onto the ground. Reach your arms back in space. We're interlocking the thumbs. Or at least I like to do that. If you get neck tension, feel free to just unlock the thumbs and keep the elbows soft. But otherwise, we're reaching the arms back in space and my hands and my fingers are on the ground. From here, a little bit more of a Pilates bridge. We're going to keep the feet parallel, knees parallel, nice and close. Tuck your tailbone under, press down through the feet and lift up into your bridge pose. In our bridge, we're keeping the rib cage pulling down, tucking the tailbone under. Now we're going to lower down the left side. So it's almost like my pelvis is a steering wheel. I'm going to let my left butt cheek drop and lower down on my left shoulder blade. Left side of the ribs, left butt cheek comes down. So twisting, coming down. Come up that left side, square off at the top and lower down now on the right side. Right shoulder blade, right rib cage, right butt cheek touches down. Come up that right side, twisting to the left, lowering down. So feel free to close down your eyes here and just take a couple of twisted bridge articulations down and up.
each side. Just make sure you're feeling nice and even. So get your last one in to make sure that you're nice and symmetrical. And then lower your last one down through center, coming down the midline of your spine. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Take a little rock from side to side, and if it's in your practice, grab a hold of the base of the feet, hugging the knees in towards the armpits, opening up the groin for your happy baby. Pushing the feet into the hands, flexing those feet, pulling the feet back from the shoulder blade muscles. Equal weight through the back line of the body, length through the back of the neck. Take a deep breath in through the nose, filling all the way down into your lower back and into your pelvic floor. Exhaling like a sigh of relief, deflating into the ground. 2 more breaths like that, inhaling in through the nose, filling all the way to your pelvic floor. And yes, men have pelvic floors too, not just women. Exhaling out through the mouth, softening the hips, softening the groin. 1 more breath here. And softening. Releasing the feet and taking any final movements that you might like to take, maybe a little windscreen wipe, maybe an extra little twist. And when you're ready, navigating your way into your Shavasana, straightening the legs out and letting the arms rest wherever is comfortable to you, letting the feet fan out to the side. If this is uncomfortable for your body in any way, I really do encourage you to explore where you feel you can actually rest. And in our Shavasana, allowing ourselves to digest the movement that we've done. Exerting the body allows the mind to also rest and recover. Because we're quite tired, because of that work, we actually have space and room to rest. Letting go of the active breath of the practice. Closing down the eyes. Allowing yourself a few sighs out on your next exhales, just getting rid of any extra heat, heaviness on the heart. Letting go of the mental and the physiological practice. We'll be here for at least another minute. If you need longer, please take it. I will guide you out when it is time. If you need more time, please take it. If you're ready to emerge, keeping your eyes closed, take a moment to first feel the weight of your body touching the ground. See if you can bring your awareness to the sounds around you. The temperature of the room on your skin. And your natural breathing rhythm. Bringing some movement into the feet and into the hands. Perhaps taking a full body stretch. And then slowly passing perhaps through your favorite side, the fetal position. Compassionately giving yourself time. And we slowly pass up into a seated position, moving slowly. Once you're in your seat, hands to the knees, find length through the spine, softness through the shoulders. Perhaps bringing a smile to your lips. We close the practice with one breath together. We inhale, reach the arms up to the sky, collecting good energy and bringing that energy down to your heart, the thumbs to heart center, bowing your head down in reverence to the practice that you've just done. The physical body that is moved for you today. I invite you to bring a sense of gratitude for your body, for what it does for you every day. From me to you, thank you so much for spending this time with me and for trusting me to move your body. I hope you feel good. Have a lovely day and take care of yourself.